the groundwork of pitting sections against the immigrant community didn't exist in 2006, but was made possible through the Obama administration and his Democratic machine and his politicians. So what we and Trump adopted was using nationalism, racism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, everything in the book to whip up really racist right-wing terror and hate, which we saw manifest in the last, really since his presidency, since before his presidency, and that's taken on many forms, whether it's the shooting that happened at the Tree Life Synagogue, the two black individuals who were murdered outside of a grocery store, I believe, in Kentucky, essentially, in many ways. That took on, to Trump's climate is emboldening a right wing to go out and do this. The way that's manifested on this campus was in the form of death threats against Melville students, was in the form of drawing up of Confederate flags, and on at least 42 campuses across the country, there's been some kind of right-wing activity or terror that's been happening, whether that's Richard Collins III, a black student who was murdered at the University of Maryland, whether that was Richard Spencer rallying up his right-wing cronies at the UNC Chapel Hill the day before Heather Heyer was murdered, whether that's however it manifests on college campuses. I think it's very real that we have to accept that we've seen sort of different forms of oppression, racism, sexism, xenophobia, Islamophobia, being used as a tool to divide whole layers of people, to divide the immigrant community from those that are not immigrants, to divide those who are citizens from those who are not, to divide those who are black against those who are brown and white, and to drive these divisions and make them where people basically believe that the enemy are one another. But we have to ask ourselves, is multiracial student worker solidarity even more powerful than the administration? What is actually going to drive the racists on this campus so that it's not black and brown people that fear to walk this campus? It's actually racists who no longer feel emboldened to do the things that they do to terrorize students on this campus. The reason they're not emboldened is because they fear that that they're outnumbered on a scale that they didn't think they were. The administration has already said to the Melville students that racism is not a UMass problem, it's a national problem. That it's actually not a problem that they can fix, it's a problem that we ourselves have to fix.